we've gone live. I'll make you a host.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So there is a hand raised, Mataji.
Me only. You make me co-host.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we start Hare Krishna. We start again with a small short kirtan today. Time is less because we are already at 9. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, so let me now share. Yeah, just let me know. My screen is visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And video is also on?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Humble obeisance to Radha Govinda. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। All glories to founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai, and our temple president, His Grace Tamanishtadas Prabhu ki jai. So, just a recap of what yesterday we learned. So, these are the 5 reasons that Arjuna gave to Krishna not to fight. So, for each of the reason, Krishna also gave counter logic and refuted that through various answers which are there on the right hand side. So what has happened was Arjuna was saying that he is filled with compassion, he cannot fight, neither he can fight nor he can kill, and therefore he's asking Krishna that I just don't want to fight. So many symptoms are coming in my body. Vepatuscha sarire me, romaharsa sajayate, gandi vasantate hastat. All that is happening. Now Krishna has told, fine, do not worry because you are not the body. Neither all your kith and kins are the bodies. So why you are worried about the body? So all the description of the soul and Bhagavan, all that was discussed. Then Arjuna talked about, I will not enjoy because there will be no one with me. I cannot show my opulence, Krishna. And what is the point of this royal enjoyment if it is come by killing them? For that also Krishna gives many answers from 2.31 to 2.37. He's saying, Arjuna, first of all, you do your swadharma. And if you are not doing your swadharma of fighting, then in that case, you will incur sin. Point number one. And point number two is, if you, so there can be two scenarios. Scenario one, you fight and die. And if a Kshatriya will fight and die, then you will go to heaven. And these are rare opportunities which comes to the life of the Kshatriya. So you must fight. Second, if you lose also, if you lose also, you will go to the heaven. But if you win, then in any case, you will enjoy the kingdom, right? So now fear of sinful activities also was there. Then Krishna gave him, okay, fine, there is nothing to fear because if you are not fighting, then that will be rather a sin and that will be a greater sin. So act as per the devotional activity. And devotional activity means primarily become my instrument and then fight so that this uh, activity or this fighting and killing will not bring any sin. Then there was another point of destruction of family tradition. He was talking about, all that widows will be there and slowly how it will lead to destruction of family tradition. Then Krishna said that, okay, fine, then you become the role model because you are the role model. If Duryodhana and his team wins, then rather they will lead to more destruction of family tradition because in any case they are adharmis. So therefore you become the role model and then prevent Varna Shankaras. So that question was also answered. That doubt was also cleared. And finally, in the chapter 2, that was indecision. He said that I don't know which is better, whether to be conquered and whether to conquer or to be conquered. Then Krishna said, fine, so just do not worry. Serve the Lord with firm determination. So we talked about the Buddhi Yoga at that point of time. So there is a little confusion in Arjuna's mind that on one side, Krishna is saying that you please fight, which is basically an action. On other side, he's saying that you please have a resolute mind, concentrate upon me, you remember me, and stay in the Buddhi Yoga. Be Sthita Prajna, be Sitadir Muni, and so on. So Arjuna's doubt was, he was thinking that this Buddhi Yoga is nothing but a retirement from the active life. But Krishna didn't mean that, and neither Krishna was confusing him. So he's asking that, please tell me, Janardana, please tell me, Keshava, which is better? Should I renounce, go to the forest or go to Himalayas and then meditate so that I'll be in the Brahmi Sthiti and so that I'll be Sthita Pragya and I'll be fully into meditation? Should I do that? Or or should I do action in the sense whether I should fight? Which one I should do? Which is Shreya, he's asking. Which is better? In fact, the same Shreya word was used even when he surrendered. He was saying, please tell me which is Shreya. Yat Shreya Shat Nishchitam Bruhitan Me Sadimam Tvam Prapannam. So, just to recap, some questions so that we engage in the class better and then proceed. So some of the questions are already on the screen. So what is the name of Lord's conch cell, Krishna's cell?
Panchitanya,
Great, thank you. And the name of Arjuna's bow?
Gandiva,
Gandiva. Given by whom?
given by
Varuna Deva.
Varnadev. Varna.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What are the signs of Arjuna's victory? Okay, you don't have to tell all the 9, but any 1, 2, 3. Remember?
One is Hanuman's photo on his flag.
Emblem.
Emblem, yeah.
So,
Emblem.
Prashid Bhushan Prabhuji, I think I'll request anyone else to respond so that there is a good participation.
No.
Krishna
Okay, fine.
on his side.
Bina Mataji, please.
Krishna is Arjuna's side, so that is a part of victory, and it's happening at Kurukshetra. It's in
Yeah,
Dharma
Kurukshetra, Dharma
so
Kshetra.
that is another one.
Dharma Kshetra is 1. Hanuman's emblem means 2. Then Bhagyalakshmi is 3.
Krishna is on.
Krishna is on his, so Rishikesh is on his side 4. Mokshada Ekadasi 5. And there are so many. There is a Agni Ratha.
Gandivam is Gandivam.
Right. That's great. That's wonderful participation. How many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita?
700.
700. Wonderful. Chapter 7 to 12 of Bhagavad Gita belong to which yoga?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga. And 1 to 6?
Karma Yoga.
And 13 to 18?
Gnana Yoga.
Okay. What are the 5 topics discussed in Bhagavad Gita?
I don't know.
Ishvara, Jiva,
Karma, the material world, our soul,
yes.
time.
Kal and Prakriti.
Wonderful. What are the 3 parts of realization of Supreme Soul? We talked about that. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And how the word Bhagavan is defined? Who is he?
The supreme truth.
He's having a bhava.
Bhagavan
He's
is
superior in everything. His beauty.
Yes, Meena Mataji. So Bhagavan, we said that somebody who is having the bhaga, who is having 6 opulences.
Okay.
So all the 6 opulences you should have. And what are the opulences? Yeah, unlimited beauty, unlimited fame, unlimited strength, unlimited knowledge,
wealth,
unlimited non-attachment. Right. So who is he? He is Krishna. Right. Hare Krishna. So in which verse does Arjuna accept Lord as his guru? This is in chapter 2. Karpanya dosa pahata swabhava. Which one is this? 2.7. Hare Krishna. Okay, just a recap. So we start today's session. It's called Karma Yoga. So yoga of action. So what do you think karma is, and what kinds of karma do you know? Although till now we have not learned what are the different type of karmas, but still I'm asking if you have anything that is coming to your mind. What is karma?
Karma is work.
Karma is work. Yeah. Okay.
There can be good deeds and bad deeds. Good karma and good deeds, good action, bad action.
Right. Good action, bad action. So that is called. So there are 3: karma, akarma, and vikarma. We'll talk about that. But now that is not the subject. That is not subject of this chapter. But one thing is there that it is karma means basically action and reaction, and it's quite similar to we know the Newton's third law, right? Every action and has equal and opposite reaction. That is in a way is karma. Now we know that if there is a bad action, then there will be reaction.
Bad.
But if there is a good action, will there be a reaction?
Yes.
And what will be the reaction?
Good result or good reaction.
Yes. But what is our ultimate objective? That we'll see now in Karma Yoga. And what is Karma Yoga? It is neither good nor bad. So what we should do, let's look at. So this chapter, Arjuna's confusion, renunciation or action, he's saying Jayasi Chet Karmanaste Mata Buddhir Janardana Tatkim Karmani Ghore Mam Niyojasi Keshava. So he's addressing him Kesava, Janardana. So can anyone say what is the meaning of Kesava?
The one who conquered the demon Keshi.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, the name of so basically the allegory or the symbolic understanding here is that like he has killed demon Casey, similarly he should kill all his doubts. And here, what is the doubt? That whether he should renounce or he should do action. Then from 3.3 to 9, we are talking about Niskama Karma, where we should do work without thinking about, without desiring the result, without desiring the fruit. Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. So what is Karma Kanda? Also we'll see the next slide. So there is a vast difference. There is a 360 difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga that we'll see. Then of course, Niskama Karma to set the right example. What are the exemplary lifestyle uh, through the Niskama Karma that we should inculcate. And then the most important part of chapter 3 is the biggest challenge of spiritual life, and that is conquering lust, the greatest enemy. That also we'll discuss. So I was just telling, so there is a vast difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga. So they are just the opposite. Karma Kanda is in a way, it is simply put that it is some kind of rituals which derive sense enjoyment. So somebody is doing some some sort of demigod worship. So if he worships Lakshmi ji, he or she will get some wealth, or Saraswati Devi, so for some knowledge and some many maybe Kubera for wealth. So many things can happen, or somebody can go to the heaven and all that. But Karma Kanda is primarily prescribed duties by the scriptures, by which there are good deeds you will do, and you will go to the good planets or heavenly planets, that finally you will come back. Because there is also what is attached is the desire to get the result out of the karma or the deed. The karma yoga is just the opposite. It is engaging oneself in constant endeavor to please and serve Supreme Personality of Godhead, where there is no bondage to work. So there is no bondage, point number one. And point number two, there is no sin, and there is 100% assurance of liberation. So let's go ahead. So what is bhakti? Because bhakti is, or devotional service is something which we're talking about just now. So let us look at, in fact, Kartik month is going on. We should read Srimad Bhagavatam and also Damodarashtakam. So Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6 says, Savai pumsan paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So the supreme occupation or dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated. Unmotivated is ahetuki, and uninterrupted is apratihata. It means the motivation should not be, so when we are doing devotional service, when Arjuna is asked that you fight, just fight for the sake of fighting. Do not desire for winning or losing. So you become the instrument of Krishna, nimitta matra bhava and then fight. So in that situation, you do not have any motivation. Only motivation is that you want to please Krishna. And it is uninterrupted. It should not happen that today we're doing something, some devotional service, then for 1 month we forget, then we do something. That is not what is required. It has to be uninterrupted, completely satisfy the self. So let's go deeper into it. So one Mataji was asking, I think Priya Mataji had asked in the first class that it's in the chapter 1. No, not chapter 1. In introduction class, he has asked that what is bhakti? Is it dedication? Then of course I talked about the Navada Bhakti. But here there's a beautiful definition in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam hrisikena hrisikesa sevanam bhakti uchyate. So what is bhakti is hrisikena hrisikesa sevanam. Hrishikesa we have already discussed who is Hrishikesha. Hrishikesha is Krishna because he is the master of senses. So if we please through our Hrishika means our senses, that is Hrishikena. If we please the master of senses from our senses, that is called bhakti. That seva, that devotional service is called bhakti. So bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses, means our ears, our eyes, our smell, uh, uh, touch, everything we should use in the service of Lord. Like I want to see in some material, great things, rather than I want to see the beautiful Syama Sundara Rupa of Krishna. So I'm using my senses to please him. Then I'm chanting through my sense of, mouth, sense of speech. Then I'm smelling the beautiful flowers which are offered to Krishna. So all senses, if we are using, because last session we said, no, that Indriyani Pramathini. So Indriyas are so powerful that even if you renounce the sense objects, the taste of sense object remains. And that is the reason why we have to elevate and replace it by a higher taste. And the higher taste is the taste of Krishna. So when the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One, we are free from the material designation. Sarva upadhi vinirmukta. There is no upadhi. Upadhis are what? Like, I am the chief justice, I am the president, I am the vice president, I am the chief procurement officer, I am this and that, I'm a great father, I'm a great friend, whatever are the designations are there, we are free from them because those are also attachments. Then second, most important is that our senses are purified. Once our senses are purified, that is the first step towards bhakti. Unless it is purified, how we will go to the next level? So that is what Arjuna is asking. Please tell me one way. Ekam vada. So he's saying, Vyami, Vyami Shrini Vena Vakyena Buddhim Moho Moho Yasiva me Tad Ekam Vada Nischitya Yana Shriyoham Apnuyam. So he's saying, you tell me just one, this way or that way, whether sannyasa or karma. Which? Tell me with absolute clarity, please tell me. Whether sannyasa or so this person, just an example. This person has left his home, left all sense objects, and trying to meditate in a secluded place, maybe in jungle or maybe in Himalayas, wherever I don't know. But are we sure that he is free from that? Hare Krishna. Okay. Let us mute. Hare Krishna. So this person who is meditating, it is not certain at all that he is free from all the sense objects. He might be free from sense objects, but the thought on such sense objects he is having or not having is not sure. So therefore, the two things can happen with him. One, first of all, he might again think about all those desires because the mind is empty, or he can in fact continuously meditate in a proper way. So what will happen is ultimately he will have some good deeds and may have some heaven or go to heaven or whatever. And finally, when the good deeds are over, he will come down. Now look at just the other case, Sri Hanumanji. Hanumanji, has he gone for any tapasya? Has he gone to a mountain? Has he gone anywhere? He has not gone anywhere. But he was having this dasya bhava. He was an instrument of Lord Sri Ram and doing his duty. So he has never done a single act for getting any result out of that. He has done just because Sri Ram has said it. So he is the best example of being instrument of Lord Sri Ram, Lord Vishnu, whatever we name him. So this is what is the best case. So this person is again the same example where he has left his home, he is trying to meditate in a jungle. Now question it, by abstaining from work, can he achieve freedom from reaction? Because if his mind is still dwelling upon some of the sense objects, so what is renouncement? Renouncement is not about leaving the sense objects. Renouncement is about leaving the result of the action. If you are able to leave that and leave it to Krishna, that is called right kind of renunciation. So now let us look at this picture. So is he a sannyasi? Can anyone say, is he a sannyasi? Hare
No,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
No.
Gauri Shankar Prabhuji has said no. No is fine. That's good. But why no?
He is enjoying
Because
cigarette
he is
and
enjoying the
phone.
life,
So if he's enjoying
using
cigarettes, so
the
why he's not a sannyasi?
using material things like a phone,
So using
cigarette.
material things, not necessarily, just using material things will not make one sannyasi. But the point is, for what purpose he's using? He's using for sense enjoyment,
For
or he's
enjoyment.
using for Krishna consciousness. So here
Sir,
he's
for
perhaps
Worldly enjoyment.
yes, and intoxication he's having, right? So
Yes.
naturally he is not a
yes, Prabhu.
sannyasi because he has not renounced sense engagement. So कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य या अस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियाणि विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते. Mityacharah sa uchyate. So this is what is called a markata vairagya. Because you have seen the monkeys, right? They jump from one branch to other branch to other branch, etc. So what happens is now he has gone somewhere. He thought that he wants to have a sannyasa. Then he's engaged with some mobile phone and cigarette. Then after some time, he might get engaged with some drugs. Then after some time, again, he will go back to his own house. Then after 2 years, he will think, no, I think now I should again go. This is jumping, going, jumping, going. This is something not sannyasa. So
Yes.
what is important is actual renouncement is what? Srila Prabhupada has given a there are some charts. I think I should look at the chart. Has anybody given answer? Dasya Bhakti. Yes, Dasya Bhakti. No stability. Perfect answer. I'm getting very good answers. Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada has given a beautiful definition to it. What is sannyasa? He's saying that to renounce anything, first of all, that anything or that particular thing has to be yours. Question is whether the body, which is made up of 5 elements, earth, water, air, fire, ether, is anything does it belong to me? Everything is of Krishna. Everything around me is of Krishna. Then what I'll renounce? I cannot renounce anything. So that's a wrong concept. What can be renounced is only the result of what I do to Krishna. That only thing can be renounced. Okay, let's see next. So one who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender, a markata vairagi. But there are also yukta vairagi, like us, what we're doing now. What is a yukta vairagya? It is a vairagya using the material things. So now we are using the laptop, we are using the Zoom for talking about Krishna, for our Brahma Vidya. So this is called Yukta Vairagya. So for example, we are working in various offices, we take salary, we get bonus, increment. So if my purpose of work is that if I get bonus, then I'll get a beautiful deity, or I'll get a beautiful prasadam, or I get some beautiful, you know, uh, some beautiful ornaments which I can give to Krishna to dress, or a beautiful dress for him. So many things, or I'll buy uh, beautiful pastimes. So if I'm thinking like that, and also I am also looking after my family, why? Not because they are my family, and not like Dhritarashtra, like Mamaka, not like that, but I am getting salary. I'm looking after my family. Why? Because I can transform them to a Krishna conscious family. I can have Krishna conscious children. That is what the Yukta Vairagya is. Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna did not want Arjuna to become a pretender, but that he performs his prescribed duties as set forth for Kshatriyas. Arjuna, you are Kshatriya, so your Swadharma is to fight and protect. And there are very rare opportunities which come in the life of a Kshatriya, and this opportunity you should never lose. So fight, because you are Kshatriya, you are a householder, you are a military general, and therefore it was better for you to remain and therefore it is better for you remain as such and perform your religious duties. And what is your religious duty? To fight. So do not try to go for a sannyasa, which is not fitting at all, which is not serving any purpose. So perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot even maintain his physical body without work. So in any case, we have to work. There cannot be a situation that we prevent working. We have to work in any case. Now, question is how to work, with what concept of mentality we work. That's important. Whether I'm working for sense enjoyment or I'm working for Krishna. So there are many pseudo meditators who misrepresent themselves as belonging to higher parentage, and great professional men who falsely pose that they have sacrificed everything for the sake of advancement in spiritual life. You'll find so many people like that. They are not renouncing anything. However, they pose with their dress, with their, you know, various things, that actually they are the great yogis or great sannyasi. But Krishna is simply rejecting them. So this is a beautiful story of Bharata Muni. Anyone knows the story? Anyone knows the story? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prashit Prabhuji.
Actually, I know a little bit of it. Just I'll say it in brief. Okay, Bharata Muni was actually doing the sacrifice. Uh, Suddenly he saw a deer uh, going
Right.
going aside, and he just saw that, and he realized that okay, I want to become deer. In his mind, he just thought of it. Uh,
Okay, you are
when
nearer, Prabhu. You are nearer, but okay. Let me explain.
Yes.
So what has happened was Bharata Muni was a great king, and he renounced his kingdom, because our subject is renouncement, and that is the question of Arjuna. So in case of Bharata Muni, he was a great king. He renounced his kingdom, and then he came to jungle, and having all his austerities of highest level of austerities, he's doing he's getting up at 4 o'clock, and doing all kind of penances and japa and so on and so forth. Everything which is prescribed, he's doing. And one day, what happened is there was a deer, a very baby deer was there, and the mother deer actually died. So now he has got compassion towards this little baby, which is so beautiful and so cute. And then he thought that, okay, let it be there with him. So because what it will do, it will just run, jump, but slowly he gets attached to her. What has happened now in his mind? He's thinking, okay, what she will be doing if she is not around? Then he's thinking, she must have gone. Is he not lost? So many things he's thinking. Even while he's sleeping, he's thinking how she is. So it has gone to that extent that when it was the time of death, he was Bharata Muni, such an exalted, who has done so much of austerities in his life, now got attached and he's thinking about the same deer. And as Krishna said, that whatever are the thoughts at the time of our death, that is the body you will get. And Bharata Muni was such an exalted yogi with all austerities. He was reborn as a deer. So, and renouncement did not work for him. This is another example. Because if there is a contemplation, then it will ultimately result into fall down. So, what are the eightfold fall down? Anyone remembers? We discussed in the last class, starting with contemplation on the sense object. So somebody wants, somebody wants to drink. So he's contemplating on alcohol. Then he gets attached to it, right? And after that, attachment will bring lust. That he want more. If lust is not satiated, then it will bring anger. If anger is not satiated, if with anger, not about satiation, if there is an anger, then what will happen? There will be anyone? There will be delusion. And from delusion, there will be bewilderment. And from bewilderment, there will be loss of memory. He will not or she will not remember what was the last action, what has happened last when last she drank or he drank. Maybe she had met an accident. Everything, all there will be absolute memory loss. There will be loss of intelligence and there will be total downfall. So what is the takeaway? Giving up activity in the name of renunciation is false renunciation, markata vairagya, because it might be termed as laziness by some and being a parasite by others. Similar words was also used for Arjuna. What was that? Similar. So Krishna said that if you do not fight, then all the kings, your opponents, will talk bad about you. They will say that you are a coward. Are you going to enjoy that? Then true renunciation is giving up the fruits of all while carrying the duty. Do not have to go to the forest either. It is not required. In Yukta Vairagya, it is not required to go to the forest. We can be at home. We can go to our office. We can do whatever we're doing as of now. But only thing is that we should keep Krishna in the center. That's most important. And that is called Karma Yoga. No one can term this person as a lazy man or a parasite if it does. But if it goes to forest, maybe someone will say that this is lazy, which no one will like. So this is a beautiful example that so primarily our deeds or actions are supposed to be sacrificed to Vishnu or Krishna. That way. The examples that we have seen so far is that whatever we're doing, we should do it for the pleasure of Krishna. And what does it mean when we say that we should do it for the pleasure of Krishna? Would mean that it is basically a sacrifice. So this Rajasuya Yajna was happening, and then they were they were discussing that who should be worshipped there, because that's the custom of a Rajasuya Yajna, that first someone has to be worshipped. The best fit person has to be worshipped. So then Narada said that no other than Krishna, because he is Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam. He is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. So this is small analysis. Let us look at that. So what is a true renunciation? Detachment from possessiveness. Means there is no belongingness that this is mine, that is mine. Everything is of Krishna. Then detachment from enjoying tendency. And third is does not mean stopping activities. So we carry on with whatever we're doing as of now. Then we need to know who is real and who is fake. The real one is where there are purity of thoughts, and then there is a deterministic resolute to serve and to please Krishna, and thereby there is a level, there is a you know uh, going up in the level of spiritual advancement. But then fakes, like the one that we saw, that's renouncing, with some enjoying propensity. So they, in fact, become a disturbance to the society. So internal transformation is necessary, not the change of dress. One, I mean, this is a very good example. Change of dress. So if somebody is having a disease in the body or whatever, so just by changing the dress, nothing will happen. So what is the myth? Myth is that spiritual life means not leaving the family. You can have a wonderful spiritual life with your family. So there are so many great Mahajanas who are Grihasthas in our Shastra. Any one of them, any one of you remember? Great Grihasthas who are Mahajanas. Ambarish Maharaj is one example. Then, any other example? Hare Krishna. Okay, so real way of developing detachment, work for satisfaction of Vishnu and freedom from sins, go to spiritual world. Balancing duties. So this is more important. Duties of body and mind and duties of soul. So there are two kinds of duties. One is our duty towards our mind and body, part one, and there is a duty towards soul. So towards soul, the duty is about chanting the name, which is the duty towards the soul. And body, by offering the results of one's daily work. Because we'll be doing so many work through our body and senses. So if we offer through our body and senses to Krishna, that becomes the second duty. So because this question always comes. So what is the duty for the soul? What is the duty for the body and mind? So this is very, very clear from here. I'm good. I'm getting very good answers in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So the demigods being pleased by sacrifices will also please you, and thus by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. So what does it mean? So there is something called a cycle of sacrifice. So entire, not only material world, the entire creation is run by the cycle of sacrifice. And how it runs? In In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods being satisfied by the performance of yajna will supply all necessities to you, but who enjoy such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. So Prabhupada gives a wonderful example. To just leave, it's not that we require so many things. So in the picture, we can see just a small patch of land, a small house, and a cow. That's all. If that is there, then he will plow, he will have his grain, he will have a milk, he will offer to Krishna, and because otherwise it will be a sin, and he will be, seen as a thief. Otherwise, it is not necessary also to satisfy all the demigods because they are ultimately demigods are reporting to Krishna. So yajna sista sina santo munchate sarva kilvishaha bhunjate tvi agham papa ye pachanti atma karanat. The devotees of Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Now, this is what is the most important part of understanding. Every day we cook food, we order, uh, from Zomato, from Swiggy, so and so on, so many things we are doing. But question is, are we taking the food which is offered to the Lord? And if we are not taking the food which is offered to the Lord, first of all, we'll be termed as thief because it is not ours. And second, it will be a sin. So what are those sacrifices? Let us look at the sacrifices. This person is so happy. All living bodies subsist on food. So annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaha yagyat bhavanti paryanyo yagya karma samudbhavaha. So that is what the cycle of sacrifice is. So now text 3.15. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. Let us look at. So Krishna first reveals the Vedic knowledge to Brahma, the first manifested living entity in the material world. We saw that yesterday also, that he is the compiler of Veda, Vedanta Kurt Veda Videva Chaham. So the cycle of sacrifice is like this. This is so beautiful. This is how our entire material world runs. So at the top, we can see Krishna. Is there a chart? Something is there. Let me see. Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Yes, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Sijani Malik Prabhuji. You said Ramakrishna Paramahansa in which context? Okay. Mahajana. Okay. I got it. Yes, but we are talking about Mahajana, which is there in the Shastras. So let us look at this slide. So Lord Krishna is the compiler of the knowledge. So he gives the knowledge. That's a sacrifice. He gives his knowledge. Knowledge of all Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. In the Vedas, in the knowledge, there are prescribed duties mentioned. So that all the prescribed duties are coming from the scripture. So you can see under script, these prescribed duties, whether they are grihastha or they are brahmacharis, whichever ashram they are in, they are doing their duties and they're plowing the land. And by doing that duty, which is a sacrifice, which is sacrificed, we have rain. And from rain, we get grain. So, annat bhavanti bhutani, parjanyat anna sambhava. Parjanya is rain from which this grain comes. Because without rain, we cannot harvest. And after getting the grain, we make good food. And from the beautiful food, we make beautiful prasadam and offer to Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna gives the knowledge. The knowledge gives the Vedas. Vedas has the knowledge. Knowledge means about the prescribed duties. And this cycle goes on. So the key point here is sacrifice. So no living entity can sustain his life without sacrifice. So what is the sacrifice which is there in Kali Yuga? So this is the first one is the Satya Yuga. So what is the kind of sacrifice there in a Satya Yuga? Anyone?
Yajna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yajna, Prabhuji?
No. Yajna is sacrifice. It is a common term. But particular yuga has a particular type of sacrifice, generally.
By
So
meditating?
can I have? Yes.
Meditation.
Meditation. So in Satya Yoga, it is meditation. Why? Because the lifespan was so much. They were living 1 lakh years. In Dwapara Yuga,
Yes, Kali Yuga.
yeah, in Treta Yuga, it is fire sacrifice. In Dwapara Yuga, it is temple worship. And in Kali Yuga, it is japa. Japa. So Krishna says, Yajnanam japa jagyosmi.
In Kali Yuga.
Yajnanam japa jagyosmi. So aham asmi. So he's saying, amongst the yajnas, among the sacrifices, I am the japa yajna. So therefore, for Kali Yuga, what is the japa? Japa is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the sacrifice for this Kali Yuga. And there are more than 108 proves in Shastras that this is actually the only and only way to get out of the Kali Yuga. Because in Brihat Naradiya Purana, it is written, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nam, Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Naste, Nastyaiva, Nastyaiva Gatiranyatha. There are 3 times it is saying that there is in Kali Yuga, there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way except chanting the holy name of the Lord. Why it is 3 times? Just to make it clear in our mind that there is no. And in fact, this is not one example. There are many such in Kali Santaran Upanishad also it is written, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Iti, Shodasa Namna Mantra, Kali Kalmashanasanam. And in Bhagavatam also it is there. So Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nam, Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyaiva, Nastyaiva, Nastyaiva Gatiranyatha. For spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there is no alternative, there is no alternative, there is no alternative except chanting the holy name. Now the question is how to chant and when to chant. Is it coming to your mind? How to chant and when to chant? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. So when to chant? So there is, in fact, this is the only mantra which is Maha Mantra. There is no restriction. Anywhere we can chant. Anywhere we can chant. And how to chant? So we hold the bid, japa bid. So I'll urge all of you to order for the japa bid if you do not have. There will be a link which will be provided to you if you require. And not require, you should do it because kalau naste naste va naste va gatirannatha, right? So how to chant and how many times? So one mala has 108 beats. So Hare Nam, so Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 1, then 2, 3, 4. How you will chant? You will not use your index finger. You will use your thumb and your middle finger and then cross the bit. But the central bit or the bigger bit, that you should not cross. So you complete the round and then again come back. Complete the round, come back. So you are not supposed to cross it. And is there any time fixed for it? No. It can be when you are alone, you can do it with family. You can on streets, it can be kirtan, in house, along with friends, anywhere. The chanting is not necessarily a japa, but japa, the main thing is the hearing. Sravanam, kirtanam, Sravanam. So there is Navada Vikti we talked about. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu
Smaranam.
Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Padasevanam,
Dasanam.
Dasyam Saksham, Atmanivedanam. So Sravanam. So whenever we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram.
Hare. So this at least should be audible. And we can also have Nagar Kirtan like Prabhupada did in Tompkins Park, just with his karta, and so much of crowd had come there. So yajnahi sankirtana prayerhi yajanti sumedhasaha. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32. But then before every chanting, we must take the name of the gurus of the parampara. So we should chant the Panchatattva, name of the Panchatattva, Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasa Adi Gaura Bhakta Brunda. So there are 5 names, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, and Sri Vasa. And then we should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, 108 times. Why 108 times? Anyone, please? Why a japa bid has 108 times? Why 108 times? Okay, I'll give you a material example and also a spiritual example. So material example is that when somebody is having some kind of fever, then Calpol or Crocin is given with some kind of dose, like 500 grams, 600 grams nowadays, right? Or for thyroid, 25, 12.5. So for Kali Kalmananashanam, the minimum dose is 108. This is the material example. And spiritual example is that there are 108 Upanishads. Okay. So, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. This must be chanted first, and then we will complete the 108 round. Because there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Kalau nastebhyo 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 gatirannatha. Harer nama, Harer nama eva kaivalam. Although there is no rule for chanting the holy names or reading the scriptures, it is best to perform devotional service in the wee hours of the morning. So it has been said everywhere. Any shastra you go, Gita is the essence of all shastras. So Prabhupada says that best time is early morning. And what is that? That is called Brahma Murta. And Brahma Murta is what? It is about how many hours from the sunrise? Anyone?
1.5 before sun, 1.5 hours
Yeah,
before
1.5
sunrise.
hours. It is written here. It is 1.5 hours before sunrise. It is always good because it's the best time when mind is peaceful. So we should do that. However, if you're not able to do it, whenever you rise, you start doing it. However, at least fix your time of your rising. If it is best to do it in the Brahma Muhurta, but for some reason, if you're not doing it, then let's say we're doing it at 6 o'clock. Just I'm saying, then at least that 6 o'clock should be fixed. Okay, now let us take example of our consciousness, because ultimately Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This will elevate our consciousness, and where it will elevate. Let us take this example. This example is a very beautiful example. Here there are two persons. Okay, they are both are working in the office. Okay, so they have come from the office, and this person on the right, he is a little materialistic. On the left, he is a little spiritually inclined. So this person on the right is thinking, okay, after office, I'll have some wine and I'll enjoy. And this person spiritually inclined is thinking, okay, he's athato brahma jigyasa. He's thinking, who am I? Why I've come here? What is my real self? So he's thinking about all that. So therefore, he has gone and found out some scripture, Bhagavad Gita. So you can see with a good specs, he's trying to read Bhagavad Gita, and this person has gone. Then he's thinking, okay, what to do, and then he switched on some TV, some music system, and then listening. But then after listening this and that, he's totally bored, and what has happened is, after the boring, if everything become bored, then he's absolutely in the angry stage. You can see on the right hand side. And this person, after reading Gita, now he is in the platform, and he understands that the main thing is to do devotional service to Krishna, and that is the most blissful stage. So these are the various conscious levels where the living being, all of us operate. One is at a bodily platform. Second is a sensual platform. It has got its Sanskrit name also. I'll tell that. Mental platform, intellectual platform, and spiritual platform. So there are various koshas also in the same time. Like, for example, this is called Annamaya Kosha. And then finally is called the Anandamaya Kosha. In between, anyone who can say what is there? Mental platform is Manomaya Kosha. Right? And what is Vijnanamaya and Jnanamaya Kosha? Is in between. So we come as a overall understanding what is karma kanda, because Arjuna, because initially when Krishna was explaining that even if you do not believe in soul, even if you do not believe in soul, then also please fight, because there is no gain without pain. So you have to fight and get the kingdom. So there is a karma kanda which that accepts Vedas, uses them for own enjoyment, no spiritual inclination. So all the karma kandas are for enjoyment, either going to the heavens or having some opulence or having sun, because there are various kind of sacrifices. So for getting sun also there is a sacrifice. For getting wealth also there is sacrifice. Uh, there are Ashwamedha yajnas are all there to get more kingdom. The Chakravarti and things like that is there. So if you do that, then there will be a result. So perfect justice will be given in the course of time, but it will not lead to liberation. So again, there will be birth and death after the good results are over. The good results and good deeds, the effects of the good deeds of karma kanda are over, then we again come back to earth. So two options for living being, sinful or to live sinless. So now we cannot say that we do not know what is a sin. We cannot say that. For example, a citizen cannot say that I do not know what is the IPC, what is the Indian Penal Code. We cannot say that. Similarly, we should also know the God's laws. The God's laws are very well depicted in Bhagavad Gita, that one should be in a niskama karma, one should be doing devotional service to Krishna, and thereby we'll get out of this birth and death cycle. And that is the ultimate aim of each individual soul. Now, morality without God is self-centered and relative. It justifies our convenience. So basically, people say that okay, he is good, doing some good job, take giving some charity to someone, etc., etc. But there is no concept of God. Just doing something. So that is not coming as the part of the law. My definition of morality will not save me if I break nature's laws. Yes, and in materialistic life, what happens? It is almost like an animal. What animal does? Eating, mating, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Busying with eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. No belief in Vedas, only enjoyment propensity, selfish and self-centered. So from this materialistic life, one has to go to the spiritual life. And spiritual life is possible when one becomes sinless. And sinless is possible when we engage in devotional service. That is the ladder. So we discuss this. From materialistic is all about just living like an animal, sleeping, mating, defending, and then slowly from the animalistic life, karma kanda is actually living like a human being, because at least we are going to a level where doing the prescribed duties, and as a human being, we are maybe asking for heaven, we are asking for something, but at least as a human, not just eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. We're doing something else. From there, that becomes the platform, because there is sacrifice there. And therefore, it becomes the platform. And from there, we can elevate to the Karma Yoga, which is the first step. Indriyani paraniyahur indriyebhya param manaha mana sastu parabuddhir yo buddhi hai paratastushaha. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than mind. And the soul is even higher than the intelligence. Many times, many of us think that what I'll do with my mind, I am so tensed, I'm so depressed, and so on and so forth. So how I control my mind? The answer is very simple. We should know who is superior to mind. So if we look at our human body, just imagine a chariot. So in the chariot, there are horses, there are reins, there is the someone who is driving the chariot, and the owner of the chariot is also sitting. So the horses, our senses, superior to them is the reins, which are controlling. So that is the mind. And superior to that is buddhi, who is the sarathi, the charioteer. And superior to that is the soul, the owner of the chariot. So if there is a problem with the mind, in the sense that we are depressed or having so many problems, then we should resort to the higher, who is superior to mind. And who is superior to mind? Buddhi, the intelligence is superior to mind. And of course, soul. Soul is the ultimate. And we know what is the duty of the soul. That is devotional service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. That is the solution to the mind. Any problem of the mind. This is what it is. Just now I said, this eye, ear, nose, all these are senses. That's what we just discussed. So intelligence which guides the mind is superior, but we know by experience that the intelligence can also be guided or directed. This is being done by the soul, hence soul is superior to all dead matter, mind and intelligence. In fact, we'll also learn that mind, intelligence and false ego is something which goes with the soul when it transmigrates from one body to other body. That we'll learn in the next chapter. But it is established fact that soul is the superior entity from all the senses, mind, and even buddhi, the intelligence. So now Krishna is saying, yad yad acharati sreshthas tat tat evataro janaha sa yat pramanam kurute lokas tat anuvartate. Whatever action is performed by a great man, common man follow in his footsteps, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the what pursue. So Mahayana yenaha gatasya pantha. So Arjuna, you become the example. You become the role model. And how we become the role model? Let us see. Role models are who we look up to. They are who we aspire to be. Hence we must. So we must be incessantly cautious in choosing our role model. So there are so many problems here. We ask, no, if God is there, Krishna is there, then why so much of problem is there? There is envy, there are murders, there are thieves, there are rapes, there are so many things. There is greed, so many things are happening. So why this is happening? Arjuna is also asking the same thing. He's saying, "Oh Krishna, oh descendant of Krishna, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force?" So he's saying that it is not that I want it willingly, but somehow there is a force which is forcing me and I am doing this act unwillingly. So what is that force is asking? So that force, and he's using the word anicham and balat. So anicham is I'm not willing, but still I'm somehow impelled towards that. And as if there is a force. What is that force? That force is lust. So what is the what kinds of lust, what are the categories of lust is there? Now it is explained here. Dhuvenar vriyate banhir yathadarsho malena cha yatholo beno varto garbhas tatha tenedam apritam. So there are three pictures here. So one on the right is where the fire is surrounded by the smoke, covered by the smoke. This is one kind of consciousness. So lust is in this a way for human beings. So it can. So what we can do? We can the rain can come and easily do the right thing to it. So it is easy. And what is rain? Rain is the devotional service. Second level is where the mirror is having dust. That's the kind of consciousness. So even the dust can be removed, but it is little at a grosser level than the first one. A little difficult level than the first one. So it is for the animals. And the third one is the very very absolutely in a very very ignorant consciousness where the embryo you can see that how the embryo is covered. The covering is so dense that it is very difficult to get out of it. So that is what then absolutely we say that trees are unconscious. They're not, they're fully conscious, but their consciousness is covered with so much of dense covering. So this is the various kind of consciousness which is the last, is like this. For all living being, last actually are in different degrees. For example, the first case is the degree for the human, second case is the degree for the animals, and third case is the degree for the plants and other all those things. So therefore, O Arjuna, best of Bharatas, in the very beginning, curve this great symbol of sin. Sun. So lust is the greatest sin, and not only sins, is the greatest force. That's what he's saying. So therefore, you can see these children. So from the beginning, so Brahmacharya Sharma, from the beginning, you crush this lust. Then by related senses and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Is possible only when you do this. If you have not done this in the beginning, also nothing to worry. It is time now. We can start from today as well. So this is what we face in everyday life. Moderation is for the weak. People say every day, a little bit of drinking is good, a little bit, your little bit of smoking is good, little bit of meat eating is good. What if when someone said little bit of, COVID is good? Just contemplate on this. Little bit of COVID is good. Can anyone say that? This is same as saying little bit of drinking is. This is same as saying little bit of smoking is. This is same as saying little bit of meat eating is good. Nothing is good. Because it is all these four things are finally attachments and then destroying the consciousness. True strength in character is reflected in the ability to say no to vices and yes to virtues. So this is the chapter summary. Renunciation, Arjuna is asking renunciation or action. Now Krishna has answered. He's saying that only tell me one. Krishna is saying, okay, one is basically you do the Niskama Karma Yoga. And Niskama Karma Yoga is better than Jnana Yoga. Then Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is better than Karma Kanda because Karma Kanda, ultimately results into fruitive action, fruitive results, which again brings back the soul to the earth after the good results are over. So there is no point. So engage yourself in the devotional service. So and also lead by example, like Mahayana Yena Pathas Gatasya Pantha. And what is the great enemy of yours, of the soul of each person, each living being? Iha Vairina is no other than lust. That is the end of this chapter. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo anantakoti vaishnavranda ki jai. Now let me stop share and stop recording also.